Hello everybody, thank you so much for watching, and this is going to be a reading for Leo for October 2015. I have pre-shuffled the cards because I have noticed that with my previous videos they ended up being a little bit too long and I'm having a really difficult time uploading them on YouTube, hence why they're coming a little bit late, so my apologies. I will be using two decks, Psychic Tarot and Angel cards from Doreen Virtue. I will use one angel card for the theme for the month, and I will use 5 cards for the remainder reading of the reading for from the Psychic Tarot. When I do readings with clients one-on-one, I don't excuse me, I don't use any cards. I don't use crystal balls, I don't use cards. So what I will be using are cards just to prompt a message from my guide. I guess what I'm saying is when I see a card, I may not give you the meaning of the card that is in the book, and it probably won't happen that way. Please don't pay attention to it. Don't let that sway you. I am strictly using these cards as a visual tool to prompt my guide and to prompt my intuition, okay? Also, because it's very difficult to do a mediumship reading for a whole bunch of people at the same time, when I do have a client, I will be speaking to a dead one, you know, grandma, mom, whoever wants to come through, but you can't do that on a reading on YouTube. So that's why I'm using cards. Okay, so I have pre-shuffled the deck. I'm just going to cut the decks in 3 is what he's saying to me, and I'm going to choose number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Okay. All right, so for the overall theme, what we have is 4 of Earth, okay? And what this says is being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. So I'm going to ask what this card is supposed to mean for you other than just the words. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that this is a month of a lot of spending, but don't let that get the best of you. So what do you mean? I feel like there is money being pulled through me like water, and I feel like I'm having difficulty keeping up with it. What he's also saying is that there is a tendency to be frivolous with money or to spend money on things that are not necessarily needed or not necessary, but good to have. And I feel like he's doing this. He's trying to bring it back and not having it to go out so much. So what you're spending is what I'm actually hearing as the overall message for the month of October. And I'm actually hearing, especially around Halloween, what you're spending around Halloween. So pay attention to that, okay? So that's for the month of October as a general theme. Now, what's in your present position is we have love begins, but it's in a reverse position. So I'm going to ask for clarity of what this is. Okay, so what I'm being shown is situations, and I'm being drawn to 2 different situations. There is, I hear a marriage proposal, and I hear business decisions, and I feel these are new business decisions, as in somebody coming on board to a new company, people shaking hands because they're coming together to do a new project, new decisions around situations. And what I'm being told is wait. The time isn't quite right, and what I'm hearing is November will be a better time to make those decisions because you will have a lot more clarity about the situations to make a decision that's right for you, because I get a sense that there is a hastiness around needing to make a decision, and perhaps feeling like, oh, should I? Oh, I'm going to, I should make a decision. And what I'm being shown is stop and pause, because you may not think it's the best decision for you, but you can't see it yet. And there's something around middle of November, between now and middle of November, that's going to allow you to see more clearly why a certain decision may not be the best for you. And what I'm hearing is something will be brought up to surface, something that you are not necessarily aware of right now, because it's in the back of you. That means there's no awareness of it, and it will be brought back to you up to surface, and you will be able to see it. And as a result, I see you going, I'm not sure. Okay, so pay attention to that. Now, in your past position, you have sacral chakra, and it's upside down. So whenever I get a chakra card, I always have to go back to my guide, because I don't really know what to do with them. So I'm going to ask. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you are coming from a place of somewhat of an insecurity pertaining to your own sense of self. Now, it's not as severe as someone who feels they're completely unsafe in the world. I don't feel it's quite that. It's not quite that severe, but it is a sense of not very sure about where to go, which direction to go. There is just a sense of confusion. I feel it very much in my gut, but it's lower than my gut. So you're coming from a place of, thank you, indecisiveness. Okay, so that's where you're coming from. Now, in your immediate future, what I'm being shown is that it's called a waiting game. Okay, and this is very much a spiritual card, or on a spiritual level, and this is not the time to make decisions. So remember when my guide said you may be in a situation where you feel like you have to decide, but don't decide until somewhere in the middle of November, because you're not quite seeing the situation quite clearly. Well, it says waiting game, okay? And this is in your near future. So just around the corner. So use this time to do this. Don't hastily decide, because I'm hearing you are going to be in a position of regret. And I feel if you make this decision now, it's going to be very difficult for you to back out of it. So this doesn't feel like a small decision. It doesn't feel like a small situation that you would be potentially going into. And I feel you would have a difficult time backing out. So this is waiting game. Don't know what's going to happen in November, but something around the middle of November is going to give you the aha moment. Okay? Now, in a position of distant past, you have accelerated motion. Okay? And what this tells me is you're coming from a place where life has thrown you in situations, and it felt very fast, to a point where you're kind of feeling like, oh my God, I'm going so fast. I don't know what to do here. I don't know how to proceed. And you kind of really have to figure things out as you go, which incidentally would make sense, you having feelings of somewhat of a confusion around your sacral chakra. So that makes sense to me, okay? The place you're coming from it's a fast movement. Life kind of throws you in a direction, and you're not really having too much time to decide. But what I'm also hearing is it was necessary, because there is a propensity to stagnate. And sometimes when we stagnate, it is, we're kind of stuck. So there's a feeling of life needing to push you forward. So that's in your past. Now, in your distant future, and this is always very exciting, what we have is, yay, It's material harvest, and this is very much physically oriented card. So it is, a lot of it is about money, possessions, things we own, things we want. And this is very much about arriving at a place where you have everything you need. Harvest. Harvest is about work that has been done over a long, long time, and sometimes it was drudgery is the word that I want to say, and hard work. By finally you're arriving to a place where you're able to see the fruits of your labor. And when I go back to this card of waiting game, that's why you had to wait. This is a time of incubation. It's not a time to decide. And once you realize why you needed to know, why you needed to wait, why you had to wait for a certain situation to be revealed to you, then you can proceed more clearly or more focused, but you will have all the information available to you. So this is a really, really good reading. I feel with this reading like I am getting ready to get what is mine, so to speak. Not because I am deserving of this and the world needs to give it to me, but because I've long worked really hard for this. It's taken me a long time to get to this point. It's been a time of a lot of fast movement and coming from a place of indecisiveness, which made me feel, oh, I don't know where I'm going. But I'm coming to a place where the fruit of my labor is going to be very visible to me. Okay, so very, very positive reading. I feel a lot of peace with it and a lot of settled feeling with it. I hope this makes sense. As I always say, these readings don't make any sense to me, but they're not supposed to. They're not for me. This is a general reading, so some of it may apply to you, a lot of it may apply to you, but certainly not all of it will apply to everybody. I would love for you to give me some comments and let me know if this was helpful, and I look forward to doing a reading for you in November. Okay? Thank you.